Hey everyone, this is my 40th update. A lot has changed on the channel recently, so I wanted to go over all those new changes with you, as well as get your opinion on a few things. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and tell me what you think of the new changes. All right, well, the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was the new channel name. I changed the name from Firehawk 1218 to Building America. My buddy Nick recommended that I do that because nobody really knows what Firehawk 1218 is, and Building America is the Union Pacific logo. I mean, you can see it right here on this truck that I have. So, at his recommendation, I did change the name, so that's going to be the new name moving forward. Nick, thanks for the help, and thanks for all the help with the layout. If it wasn't for you, I don't think it would even take shape to where it is now. So, thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it. A couple other people I'd like to thank. First of all my subscribers. You guys are great and you make this channel what it is. So thank you very much for everybody for watching and commenting. Really appreciate it all these years now. Raphael, thank you for promoting me. I really appreciate it yesterday when we were over at Edison. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of things I picked up at Edison. And Alex, I know you're watching somewhere. You are the best when it comes to fixing my engines. So thank you very much for all your help. And let's get right into it, guys. A lot of things that are going on in the layout. You can see this big piece of board right there. That's MDF board, and it's not set up yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the backdrop in. That's going to be the next thing that goes on the layout. I turned around and went over to Home Depot, picked up a bunch of Velcro, different sizes, different shapes. These are strips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the MDF board, Velcro it to the wall, and then I'm going to take the backdrop and Velcro that onto the MDF board. Now this wall here is about 6.5 feet. This wall here is about 15.5 feet. And that wall over there is approximately 17 feet. So I got a bunch of different sizes of the MDF board, cut it out, and I'm going to put that up first, and then I will put the backdrop on top of that with the Velcro. I got my backdrop from Train Junkies, and they did a great job on it. I haven't unrolled it the whole way because I want to keep it safe. Right now, I think I showed you guys, it's in the cylinder underneath the layout. But what I'm planning on doing, like I was saying, is I'll use the Velcro on the back of the MDF board, then the Velcro on the back of the backdrop itself, and to hold it in place until I get it set, I'll use these clothespins. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is I've done a lot of research, and also with speaking with the owner, William from Train Junkies, he said that this is probably the best way to do it, because if I do it the way I planned on it, which was it's peel and stick, so if I peeled it off of the covering and then put it on the MDF board, I'd probably get bubbles, and that would really get me aggravated. The other thing is, once I have it mounted, if I take it off the Velcro, I can always roll it back up and use it again if I ever move, which is always a possibility. I wasn't expecting to make this move, but here we are. So that's the first thing. The next thing, like I was saying, is I went over to Edison at the train show yesterday, and I met up with Stan from trainlayouts.com, and he built me a couple of bridges. That's one of them right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the foam out, and that bridge, along with another bridge that'll be right here, are going to lead into the dry riverbed over there. So I'll just get you guys some good views of it. I think he did a great job on it. And I have another one that matches it. That's an 081. This would be with 072. And I gave him the exact measurements of the track. So if you notice right here, you can see that it goes right up to the break in the track. And I believe he did a really good job on it. A couple other things I wanted to talk to you guys about is over here. This is one of Stan's buildings. It's still wrapped, as you can see, and it's lighted, and he builds these things, all different versions. So you guys ever get a chance, check him out. This is his flyer right here. It's trainlayouts.com, and this is the series that I got. but these are lighted, and I think the detail's pretty incredible. Stan's a really good guy. We had a lot in common. We met at York. I went over what I wanted to do on my layout, and he says, yeah, check these out. I got a whole bunch of different ones. And I just selected the ones that he had at the show, and I think they're going to work out perfect. I got 3 of those to take up this section. The other 2 are down here, and they're still not even open yet. That is the backdrop. And then another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, I've been getting a lot of questions about my lift bridge. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did it. I took a piece of wood and I cut it. And then I took a hinge and screwed it right in. Now this is screwed into a piece of cork roadbed and this piece of plywood. And then I put another block here to screw in. So these 2 blocks are holding this piece of wood right here. And that's basically it. I just measured to make sure I had enough room. The other thing which I did is this is a screen door closer. You can get these over at Home Depot for about 10 bucks. And I put it on there so that way it holds the entire bridge up. And the other thing, at the recommendation of a friend of mine and a couple of you guys, I put some braces on here to make sure that this piece of wood didn't warp. So far it hasn't. It's been on there since this layout started. But I figured, you know what, why not make sure that it stays in good shape? And that's why I did it. I'm considering putting another piece of wood here, but we'll see. That's not really a priority right now. So far, everything is working great. Another question I've been getting a lot of is how come I haven't run trains? And trains are running, guys. I have all the track wired. The only things which are not wired are the switches. To be completely honest, I have not had any time whatsoever to get underneath the layout and do the wiring. A couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine came over and we cut out sections of the bottom of the layout to get access, because if you look at the way I did this, I have a piece of 1/4-inch plywood. Then these right here are 2x4s, and I also have plywood underneath it because I wanted to lift it up. That way I could actually build that dry riverbed over there. And in order to do that, you can see the plywood underneath the 2x4. I had to cut out underneath the plywood. I probably could have done it a different way, but I liked this version because I know how sturdy that is. I can literally just walk on this portion of the layout without a problem, any section of it, because it's sturdy as a rock. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 240. So it holds me without an issue. The other thing is this engine right here is new to the collection. You guys have probably seen it sitting there, and it pretty much hasn't come off the layout since I got it. This is the MTH Premier Santa Fe F3. Came out a couple of months ago, and the colors on this engine are absolutely incredible. I mean, it's got a nice glossy finish. The sounds are good. The smoke is good. And I love the engine. I know you guys are saying, wait, hold on, why you got Santa Fe? Well, I love Union Pacific. That is always going to be my #1 railroad. But when I saw this, it's just classic Santa Fe, classic F3. And I thought, hey, you know what? I got to have one of those. So that's why that's there. And I do have a couple of other pieces of Santa Fe right there. That's the, actually, that's the AC 6000. That's a Lionel piece, Legacy. So I wanted to have a couple of pieces of Santa Fe because I really love the paint scheme on those engines. But yeah, that's really about it, everybody. Like I said, trains are capable of running. The only reason I haven't run them is because, as you can see, there's stuff on the track everywhere. And I know I shouldn't be doing that, but when you're working in a confined space, you do what you can. And I don't want to run trains until I know for a fact that the track has been completely cleared off. So trains are running, just not through the switches. I can go around the layout without switching at this point. I mean, everything is wired. One thing I wired the other day, I don't remember if I told you guys about this. If I did already, forgive for the repeat. But this is a signal bridge from Z Stuff. It's completely wired. It runs perfect. It runs better than it did on my last layout, which makes me happy because the last layout, I actually had to cut out this section over here and lower it. But for some reason, it's working good on this layout. I'm not going to question it. I love the fact that it works. And that sums it up for right now. Oh, actually, one other thing. That grain elevator, I'm probably going to move to the back wall. And over there, I'm going to build a small town. So I'm thinking about putting it in that section right over there where the tower is. because I'm getting another tower that'll be coming in pretty soon. So I'm thinking about moving that because I found a building that Stan makes, which I think will go really well there. It's an industrial building, and I think it'll be just perfect for that section. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, always commenting, and please like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below.